Welcome to this edition of the Discover Mathematics series. In this video, we're going to look at place value and the change of base. That is, changing from bases other than base 10. Let us look at the number 423. What this means is that we have, when we look at our place value, and I'm just going to draw lines in to separate them, that we have in the 3 is in the 10 to the 0 column, or the ones. The 2 is in the 10 to the first column, or the 10 column. And the 4 is in the 10 squared, or 100 column. So we have 4 times 100 plus 2 times 10 plus 3 times 1, and when we put that together we have 400 plus 20 plus 3, which gives us the 423. So in base 10, what we're most familiar with is the base is base 10 right here, and then the numbers tell us how many we have in those particular places, or the value of what's in the place. Now our digits that we can use for base 10, our digits are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a 9. And when we get to the 10, then we put 1 in the tens place and 0 in the ones. But we have 10 digits that we can use, and the 0 being one of the digits. Now if we wanted to look at a different base, say we had a number in base 8, let us look at the number 352 base 8. If we want to see what that value is in, let's say, base 10, then we know we're going to take our 352 and we're going to, since this is in base 8, we have 8 to the 0, 8 to the first, and then here we have 8 squared. 8 to the 0 is our ones, 8 to the first is 8, and 8 squared is 64. So converting 252 base 8 to base 10, we're going to have 3 times 64, because we have 3 in the 64 column, plus 5 times 8, because we have 5 in the 8 column, plus 2 in the ones column. So we have 64 times 3, which is 202. Plus 40 plus 2, which gives us 244 in base 10. Now base 10 is the normal number, so we don't write it. So when we don't write a base, then it's just understood to be base 10. So what we had here was this number in base 8, so our base right there is going to be 8. And we can use any base that we want. Let me do one more example. Say I have the number 135 in base 6. So this tells us that I'm going to have, in base 6, I have 6 to the 0, 6 to the first, and then I have 6 squared. So I have the 135. So this is my ones column, this is my 6, and this is my 36. Now I also know I couldn't put this in, let's say, the 135. I couldn't put it in base 5 because I can't have a 5 in base 5, but in base 6 I can. So the numbers I could have in base 6 are the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So actually I could have 6 digits, but I can't have anything higher than the number 5, the numeral 5. Okay, so here I have 1 times 36 plus 3 times 6 plus 5 times 1. So this gives me the number 36 plus 18 plus 5. So I'm going to add that together. I'm going to have 36 plus 13. That gives me 949. So this gives me the number 49 in base 10. Suppose I have the number 34 in base 10 and I want to convert it to base 2. So in order to do that, I'm going to start labeling my columns. So I know my first one is going to be 2 to the 0, and then I'm going to have 2 to the first, 2 to the second, 2 to the third, and it's going to keep on going. And let's see how many I need. So 2 to the 0, this is my ones, this is 2, 4, 8, 16, and I think, well, I can go one more. If I go 2 to the 5th, that gives me 32. So what I'm looking at is, I have the number 34, so I'm going to fill in the spaces. So I have 34, and I know I can fit 1 in the 32's column. So I have 34, and I put 1 in the 32 column, so I only have 2 left. And I kind of think of it like marbles, you know, filling them in these little slots. So I have 2 left. So I can't put any in the 16 space because I only have 2. I don't have any to put in the 8 space because I only have 2. I don't have any to put in the 4 space, and so I'm going to put a 0 there. And in the 2 space, I have 1. So I put 1 in the 2 column, which gives me 2, and I subtract the 2, and I have none left over. So what this shows me is that 34 base 10 is equal to 1, 0, 0, 1, 0 base 2. And that's how we convert it. Okay, we just fill in the slots. We start with the biggest number that we can fit, and then we just see how many we have, and then we just subtract them.